The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Today on Broward Teen News, we're at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School to learn all about the home of the Eagles.
Stay tuned to see stories on hydroponics in our garden,
A local Beatle maniac,
an incredible young artist,
and much more. Hello and welcome to Broward Teen News, Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School Edition. I'm Alexia Yale.
and I'm Olivia Padowitz. Today we will take a look at the amazing things happening here at Douglas.
Like our first story, which showcases a clever creation in our school's garden.
At Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, students volunteer every Sunday at the school's on-campus garden, Marjory's Garden. The garden hosts both a club and numerous opportunities for students outside of the club to volunteer, as well as to improve and maintain the garden. Members of the club have the ability to start their own improvement projects, such as starting new flower beds or building new facilities. This year's senior co-president, Riley Walsh, has spent his weekends over the past year working on a big new project, a new hydroponic system.
I first designed this hydroponic system over the summer between my junior and senior year when I thought, hey, we need another hydroponic system. I want to make something that I can call my own. I started by making designs and drawings, and then I found all of the resources that I need from stuff that we already had in Marjory's garden, so I could reuse rather than buying something new that we didn't need. What it does is it takes water that has nutrients in it, and it uses those nutrients to feed the plants that are running through the system. And so rather than growing plants in soil, we're actually growing plants in water.
This is where the water starts. We have a pump in there that pumps it up this tube down into our gutter system. If you come over here, it guides all the water down these pipes. So each of these 5 pipes get an equal amount of water. The water goes through and feeds our plants, which get the water, the nutrients from the water. Comes down, flows back into this gutter over here, centralizes back down into here, and starts all over again.
For many, the hydroponic system has become something of an inspiration to those working in and passing through the garden.
So I think it makes our garden a little different because I don't see any other gardens with hydroponic system, and usually they're kind of complicated to build. So I was really surprised when I saw it here, and I thought it was a great addition to the garden.
Well, seeing the plants in my flower beds and then seeing the water, the plants being supported by water is really mind-breaking because I had never thought of aquaponics and hydroponics before joining the garden. And I think that it's a really cool feature to see the different ways plants can grow. And it's really educational as well because it gives people the knowledge of the different ways they can grow plants at their own homes.
Walsh, as a senior, is closing out his last year in high school. He hopes this system will be his future legacy for the garden.
So I've been with the garden for over 4 years. I came before my freshman year even started, and this is kind of my contribution to the garden, something that I can feel like I can put myself into this garden that I've worked on for over 4 years, and I'm very happy the way it came out. I'm hoping this hydroponic system can grow plants for the volunteers here who work super hard in the garden, and I hope that we continue it even past when I graduate.
This is Ava Thomas reporting for WMSD TV News.
Here at BTN, we have the pleasure of working with other South Florida schools to get their news right from the source. Here's a story from Miami Art Studio on their This Is Us art showcase.
At Miami Art Studio, collaboration and creativity take center stage. Each year, over 380 students across 11 magnet programs come together to put on a one-of-a-kind showcase. These talented young artists collaborate to celebrate their shared dedication and passion for the arts. Whether it's singing, dancing, acting, or painting, this is us.
This all started as a tradition many years ago as the school first started with this magnet program.
So it's a huge task. You're talking about 380 students coming together, 15 teachers, magnet lead teachers, activities director, everyone pulling on the same rope. Over 70 hours of rehearsal to pull this off.
I've been a dancer for 9 years, and dance is everything I could only imagine. It's a great passion of mine.
I'm privileged because I found what fulfills me at a very young age, and it's so hard to say that you can wake up in the morning with a purpose as a teenager.
Honestly, being a passionate teen performer, It honestly, it lightens you up. It really does. It, like, being on stage is such like a magical feeling. Like you'll be super stressed before going on, then as soon as you get on, you open up. Like it feels like you're floating on air.
While all of these talented performers put in the work to showcase their respective artistry, they couldn't do it alone. From parents to administrators and educators, it takes a village to get these students up on stage.
What we do each year is, This Is Us is our title of the showcase, but we change that fourth word, and this year it happens to be family.
The music is in the blood, for sure. In life, you have to be passionate about something. And this place lets them really, really, really explore their passion for what they want to do.
Moss has a lot of connections, and we have great teachers and directors, and it's great to like be a part of something so big for people that are young.
And it's so incredible watching such diverse groups, diverse art forms, be at the peak of their game at such a young age.
It's not just a theater show, it's not just a broadcasting event, it's not just the art event, it's all of us coming together.
So to be somewhere where I can do this and do it well with people that will teach me how to grow better and how to improve beyond what I ever thought was possible, to wake up in the morning and expect that and have it met every single time, a blessing that I've never, ever thought I would receive.
So it's for us, it's a very important night because from here, word will begin to spread. It continues to spread, I should say, throughout the community of the work that's being done here at Miami Art Studio and the talent of the young artists throughout all of the magnets.
Passionate, driven, and endlessly talented, the students at Moss remind us of the incredible potential of teen artists. They inspire anyone lucky to witness their work, their peers, and their community alike. This Is Us isn't just a showcase. It's a powerful testament of what can happen when young talent is given the stage to shine. Thank you so much. From Moss Media for STN, I'm Mika Hawaina reporting.
What a cool way to showcase the talent of these young artists.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the next Picasso or Paul McCartney is amongst them.
Maybe. Speaking of Paul, our next story features a local Beatles super fan.
Let's check it out.
Being a Beatles fan is one of my greatest joys in life. My name is Lori Brivaldi. I'm 63 years old, and I'm a Beatles super fan and collector of Beatlebilia. As far back as I can remember, I'd always had the Beatles music in my life, playing in the background. I don't just collect a few records or a few little bits and pieces. I go whole hog. You know, I collect anything and everything I could find on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as how fanatical I am. I'm, 100. My collecting of the memorabilia started when I went to the Beatle Fest and that stuff was for sale. And I told myself one day I'm gonna be able to afford a set of Beatles autographs. And it went from there, and I collected everything I could from really that point on. This is a picture of Paul McCartney holding it. So this is a fun piece. The Beatles music is still relevant to me because it has just been there my entire life. It's the one constant. In the ups and downs of life, there was always the Beatles music to go to. This may seem silly, but one of the most significant people in my life is Paul McCartney because I never remember him not being there. And honestly, when I saw the Beatles in Let It Be, it was all over for me. That was my first love, was Paul McCartney, and my first crush. Oh my God, I loved Paul. I still love Paul. There are several pieces in my collection that I acquired after a difficult time in my life. Like any addiction, and it is, I would self-soothe by buying myself the Beatles autographs that I always wanted. And it brings me the temporary joy and lifts me out of whatever turmoil I might be experiencing at the time. And yes, I definitely, if I'm having a hard time, I can always cheer myself up by going on eBay and finding that next piece. Here's a guitar, I already have it, I just want to see what it goes for. Sometimes I say, okay, that's it. I'm going to get this piece of memorabilia that I really want, and then I'm going to stop. I don't ever stop. No, I hope I never stop. I hope I collect the day before I die. You could bury me with my last little piece of memorabilia.
Miami Art Studio recently had a special visit from CBS News meteorologist. Let's have a look.
Very special day here at
My name is Lissette Gonzalez, and I've served as a morning and noon meteorologist for CBS News Miami since 2007. I try to use my voice to make an impact in our community, and whether it be by visiting schools or whether it be going out there to help out different organizations and charities. In the end, as journalists, that's what we're aiming to do, whether it be telling someone else's story to help them out, or whether it's me sharing my story to hopefully inspire, young people that are going into broadcast journalism or even following any career path.
I mean, it's easy to see someone else do it, but then to think, can I do that? Well, if you see someone else doing it, it makes it seem attainable. You might not start off in the role you want. As long as you get your foot in the door, you can work your way up, because it's all about experience.
A wonderful day getting to see what you do here at Miami Art Studio.
Lissette was amazing. She was really easy to talk to and really receptive to all the questions that we had. Even the ones that might have seemed silly, she answered really confidently and made us all feel really secure. Talking to Lissette was really important for all of us as students because it empowered us to use our voice in a career that we really feel passionately about and that we can pursue in the future.
How many of you want to work in front of the camera, on air? Okay. What about behind the scenes?
For me, that just is so rewarding and fulfilling to know that we're helping others and that we're making a difference.
Also from Miami Art Studio, we're spotlighting a student who learned to express himself through art during a difficult time.
As an immigrant coming to the U.S. speaking very little English, Anthony Villamediana found a way to convey his emotions through his art.
Bueno, yo empecé a dibujar desde hace mucho tiempo, desde muy pequeñito, en Venezuela, y yo lo hacía como un hobby. Me ayudó bastante porque en un momento nosotros vinimos a este país por la situación de mi mamá, que tenía una enfermedad de cáncer, y entonces esos momentos cuando estaba pasando por los tiempos duros de la quimioterapia y esos momentos, entonces como que yo me expresaba, trataba de dibujar y hacerla feliz por medio de eso, de hacerla orgullosa. Me ayuda muchísimo porque no necesito palabras para comunicar cómo me siento, no necesito palabras para expresarme. No. Usando mi talento me expreso con el mundo, me expreso con quién soy sin decir una sola palabra.
I really like what you've done here, Anthony. I like the proportions. I like this composition. It's very dynamic. Thank you, Mr. Anthony's someone, if you meet him in person, he's very modest, he can be very quiet, but he's a very passionate person. And he has a story to tell, and that story comes through in his images. If you see his work, it speaks for itself. I mean, he's an outstanding artist, not just his craftsmanship, the quality of his work, but also the message that you get from it. I mean, think about how would Leonardo da Vinci's teacher have felt when he had him in his class? You know, you realize that you have somebody special and you want to see them do their best.
With the way Anthony expresses his voice through each brushstroke, he shows that art can be its own language. From Mass Media for FSPA, I'm Andrea Bárcena reporting.
Students from across the nation competed in the Student Television Network Convention in Tampa, Florida.
Check out the Douglas film that placed first in the individual short film category.
These elevators aren't working. Bags.
What took you so long?
Also from STN, Miami Art Studio highlights how this hair salon helps people feel their best.
For many people, hair is more than just strands on their head. It's identity, culture, and confidence. CHIC Beauty Collective isn't just about styling hair. It's about education, empowerment, and making natural hair care easy and practical.
The CHIC Beauty Collective approaches hair care differently in the sense of we are an education-based salon. So like when you come here, it's not just about the hairstyle. We want you to feel confident in the fact that you can recreate the styles at home, that you can shampoo your hair at home, and know that like you can step outside always feeling confident in what's going to happen.
Inside CHIC Beauty Collective, the atmosphere is different from a typical salon. It's intimate, warm, and deeply personal. Clients don't just walk in for a hairstyle. They leave with knowledge, confidence, and a new relationship with their hair.
I love it. I think hair is a big part of how a woman feels. So I like when my hair looks like how I want it to look. It makes your day go really nicely. So I feel like, you know, it definitely makes you feel confident when your hair looks good.
In a world where beauty standards often tell people how they should look, CHIC Beauty Collective is redefining what it means to embrace and care for natural hair. It's not just a salon, it's a movement towards self-empowerment, education, and love for one's own beauty.
From Mass Media for STN, I'm Isabella Gross, reporting.
Next up, we're watching Miami Art Studio's Holler For A Dollar to see if students can complete today's challenge and win $1.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Holler For A Dollar, a weekly game show where we test out students' knowledge for a reward with me, Mika Rowaina. I've been running around for a while and my makeup is definitely not picture ready anymore, so let's see if anyone on campus can help me make up a list of some products I can use. But I don't give out easy prizes, so let's see if some of our boys are up for the challenge. Ready? Let's go. For $1, name Hey! For $1, can you name 10 makeup items in 20 seconds? Go.
Foundation, lipstick. Contour, lipstick. Foundation. Eyeliner, mascara. Concealer.
Yes.
Lipstick, mascara.
Okay, that's...
Nails.
Makeup.
Concealer. Lip gloss. Eyeliner. Shadow, eyes like eyeshadow. Mascara. Lipstick. Blush. Foundation.
Yes.
Blush.
Yes.
Mascara. Lipstick.
Okay.
Lip gloss. Mascara. 10?
Yeah.
10 items?
Yes.
Blush. Eyelashes.
Okay, yes.
Mascara. Like blush.
Yes.
Eyeliner. Highliner.
Highlighter.
Highlighter. Does lip gloss count?
Yes.
Eyeshadow. The eyeshadow. Blush. Nail polish.
Don't think nails, think face.
A brush.
I don't know if that counts.
A brush.
17 seconds. I'm impressed though, I'm impressed. Time's up.
And
Time's up.
oh my god.
No dollars today.
A brush. A brush. Nail polish. Highliner. Highlighter. I don't know that many. Like I don't. The pencil for your eye. Yeah.
Looks
looks like I'll have to sharpen up my lip liner, and you guys will have to sharpen up your makeup skills in preparation for today's picture day. Thank you so much for watching this week's Holler for a Dollar. I'm Mika Rabaina. Now back to Newsroom.
We're going to wrap up today's episode with a public service announcement titled, Don't Be a Villain.
This belongs in the trash.
No, it belongs to the recycling.
Give it to me.
And that's all from Marjory Stoneman Douglas. I'm Alexa Gale.
And I'm Olivia Padowitz. If you want to see stories like these and more, make sure to check out our Broward Teen News Facebook page.
See you next time.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.